I don't think Will Smith's character is the guy who would curse. It's just not who he's supposed to be.
Oh, maybe Froggy, this is his big rebranding.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. It's the 15-Minute Morning Show podcast. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? There's Gandhi, and there's Scary, and there's Danielle, and Scotty B, and Straight Nate, and Garrett, and where's Brody?
Should be a TV show.
I just text. I sent him a text. I wrote, hello, podcast. Oh, wait, he says BRT. Be right there.
Right there.
Be right
Okay.
there. Be right there. Okay.
So here we are back from the weekend. Did everyone have a nice weekend? Was it good for everyone?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It was
Great
action-packed.
Awesome. Did your weekend really slap?
My weekend slapped.
My weekend slaps. God.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, I guess we could have devoted an entire show to the theories of why Chris Rock was slapped by Will Smith.
Yeah.
Right.
And we actually, you know, we covered it, but it's like, you got to talk about something else.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I'm
it's
with
crazy.
Danielle. I really, really think that there's going to be something that comes out behind the scenes about these two, because nothing that he said was really slap-worthy,
No.
but something sent Will over the edge.
Yeah.
I mean, we're also forgetting alcohol is involved at all of these shows.
Right.
Lots of alcohol, so he could have been lit, too.
But
And
how
it's
do you assault somebody in front of all those people and nothing happens?
Right.
Like, I just
The
find
entire
that so
world.
strange.
Just like that.
Right.
Have you seen a hockey game?
Yeah. Or a baseball game.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different. It's
Why?
Why is it different? Hockey, I understand. Why is a baseball brawl different or a football brawl? If somebody hits another dude with his helmet, how is that any different
Totally
than what we saw?
expected. This
You know
is
what? That is a good question. If you
I don't
can
expect it.
beat the shit out of someone on the football field, why are you not led away in handcuffs?
They generally
Yeah.
do get fined, though, or penalized, do they
Right.
not?
So are they
Yeah.
going to fine Will Smith? What are they going to charge him?
Well, they
going to
were
penalize
talking about,
him?
there were some articles saying that he might get his Oscar rescinded, but, you know, I don't think that's actually
I
going to
mean,
happen.
and it's just sad for the whole thing because he's waited for so long to get an Oscar.
This is
and,
true.
And he negates it with this.
Yeah, he
like,
did the shit to himself, though.
But I'm not convinced that it's just Chris Rock that he has the problem with. I think Chris Rock might have just been in the wrong place at the wrong time, told the wrong joke. I think there's something else going on that we don't know about.
Brody has joined us. Hey, Dave Brody, good morning.
Good morning.
What are your thoughts? We haven't heard from you today about
Yeah, you're a
about
comedian.
the show that slaps.
Well, I think that he should have been aware of her medical history. If he wasn't, then it's a funny joke. If he was aware of it, it's a little insensitive. I don't think Will Smith, I think if Will Smith wanted to call him out, he could have heckled him. He could have walked up to him. He could have handled it off stage. I think going up to him right then in the moment is wrong no matter what. And if it was The Rock instead of Chris Rock, as you said, I don't think he would have done it.
It would have been a lot different.
That would have been fascinating.
That's what I said, Brody. I thought he could have
Yeah.
walked up on stage and had words with him right there in front of everybody and said, "Do not speak about my wife that way again. Do you understand me?"
Right. He could have said, I want you to apologize to my wife right now. She has alopecia or whatever.
Right.
He could have made it a scene and embarrassed Chris Rock.
Right.
Would have been more offensive to Chris Rock to make him look like a shithead. Like if he calls him out and says, you just insensitive, my wife has an illness, that would have ruined Chris Rock. But slapping him, you give.
But what's
you know,
up with like just letting it ride until after the show? I mean, do you
too.
need to respond right there doing a telecast?
I think Jada gave him a dirty look.
Doing Hollywood things right there. I mean,
That's
it's
not-
like
that's
let's
not a
put on a
Hollywood
show
thing.
for
It's-
everybody.
And that's not a Will Smith thing, though. That's very,
That's
very.
not. Yeah. That's not a Hollywood
odd
thing
for
to
him.
curse on a global broadcast and ruin your image as a good guy.
I still, part of
No.
me thinks this thing's a setup, though. I'm still part of that camp.
For who? Will Smith just ruined his career. Who's it a setup
No,
for?
he didn't.
No way. He didn't ruin it.
Oh, he ruined his
Let's be real.
image. He ruined his image.
And if you
No, he
look
didn't.
at the footage
I think he did.
backstage right after when he won the award, people are still hugging him and high fiving him and interviewing
He's
him. and
Teflon Man.
He went to a party right afterwards.
Yeah, he's a bigger name than Chris Rock, so he gets away with it. That's just my opinion.
By the way, I go trick or treating at Chris Rock's house every year.
Slap him.
It's his ex. Actually, his ex-wife lives there now, but she got the house. I
See,
guess.
in my head, Chris went to him before the show and said, "Look, I'm going to do this joke," and then
Here we go.
Will's like, "All right, so now I'm going to come up on stage and I'm going to slap you," and they went through the routine.
I don't think so. No.
I think
And then he
Chris got
said,
permission
"Fuck."
to do the joke, and
And then
but
Will
that
Smith
was-
said "fuck" twice. That's
"Yeah,
part of
why
the
not?"
bit.
Because they know it's going to get
on
cut out.
delay.
I
It's
don't
on
think
delay.
so.
They know it. There was no harm, no foul there.
It wasn't on delay globally.
Well, it doesn't matter. There's no FCC.
There's no
globally.
FCC there, yeah, and it's a
No,
different
I
language.
just meant people saw him curse. I don't think Will Smith's character is the guy who would curse. It's just not who he's supposed to be.
Maybe
Froggy,
this
you've
is
been
his
very
big
quiet.
rebranding.
Yeah.
He's getting ready for the new role.
Froggy, what do you think?
I just think it should have been handled off stage. I think Will would have looked like a much bigger guy if he would have just either handled it. You could handle it there if you wanted to, but I think after the show, talk to Chris Rock, take Jada with you, explain to him what's going on, and then Chris Rock puts out an apology and it's over. I think Will Smith ruined his image last night, and
thank you.
It's not. This isn't worth it.
Did you also see Rob Shooter put out a statement that all of the copy is approved ahead of time by the writers and all the head people at the Oscars, so they knew that joke was coming. And
and then isn't a person self-defense in real life if he didn't know it was coming to do something like this? He sat there with his hands behind his back like this the entire time and didn't flinch.
Because he never thought Will Smith was going to hit him.
He thought he was going to get slapped.
No, it's because he didn't know it was coming.
I don't think he thought Will was going to. When Will walked up on the stage, I don't think he thought in a million years Will was going to punch him or slap him in the face. I don't think that ever crossed his mind.
I think that was a shocked.
Did you not see Chris Rock's reaction afterwards? He was stunned.
Right. Plus, he didn't even know what he was doing after. If you listen to the full his presentation after, he's like, "Well, we're here for a documentary, a presentation." I mean, he was completely stunned at what happened.
Yeah.
As you would have been,
right,
as all of us would have been.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good for him, though, to keep on going. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. And and Will Smith. Let's go back to what you were saying earlier, Danielle. And I thought this as well. He won an Oscar. And that was his night. That was his night, and he turned it into his night times 2 for the wrong reasons. And you know what? It's a shame.
Well, and it's really a shame that all of these great things happened last night. And this is all we're fucking talking about. We had a deaf person win, the first deaf man to win an acting Oscar. We had a woman win the best director. We had, there was just so many notable things that happened last night. And this is all we're fucking talking about.
I know.
Do you think that they would have removed him if he was not going to win?
We were thinking about that.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Now, Brody,
it would have been interesting.
I'm going to see Sebastian Maniscalco this Friday or Saturday night. If he says something I don't like, should I just walk up on the stage and smack him? I mean, is that like the new thing to do now?
Yes.
If a comedian says something I don't like?
The show is in the round. You could easily go up on the stage. So, but imagine if there were real seats, like when they used to do the Oscars in an auditorium with with thousands of seats. If Will had to excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, to get through the aisle to get up on stage, it would have taken him 6 minutes.
Right.
I would have paid to see that, but it was much easier. He had the front row seat. He could just stand up and do that. But it reminds me of the MTV Music Awards about, 10 years ago now, where they kept saying, coming up next, a Muse performance everyone will be talking about tomorrow. And every commercial break they said, coming up, the Muse performance everyone will be talking about tomorrow. Then Kanye went on stage and interrupted Taylor Swift, and nobody remembered the Muse performance. Yeah. This is like that. No one remembers that Coda won because Will Smith punched the guy.
Well, I was thinking about that same, just then, I was thinking about that same incident, and is it remember Kanye? You just felt so really, you're taking everyone's shine away from them right now because you're just a jerk.
Right.
Well, I felt Will did that too last night. He did. There were a lot of people that were celebrating for many reasons, and he just kind of took it all away.
And he got everybody feeling sorry for Chris.
And I felt bad for the Williams family as well because they're celebrating this movie about their family and their dad and their legacy and everything, and it got tarnished a little bit because of what was going on.
There you go. Well, so what else is going on? Is there anything else that we can talk about? I mean, that's what we do for a living. Shit like that goes down, and that's what we talk about because that's what people are talking about. I noticed today we had talked about it, 5 times maybe. I never saw one text saying, hey, move on. We're tired of hearing about this.
Right.
Yeah.
And in this room right now, in these 9 panes, how many people, by a show of hands, how many people were watching the Oscars when it happened?
Nope.
I was.
None of us.
I wasn't.
Brody's the only one.
Just me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
And Garrett.
Were you watching it, Garrett?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
you
I think that joke was the joke that broke the camel's back for Will. He's been going through all this stuff about his family for what now, 2-3 years, and it was just unfortunately wrong place, wrong time for Chris Rock. He's like biggest stage. How many people are watching? Given you can argue about the ratings, I just think he had enough. Everybody talks behind his back and behind TV screens. Someone said it to his face, and that's what he got. You say it all the time, Al. You could say whatever you want, but you got to back it up. You know what I mean? You got to be able to stand your ground and back it up.
I just think this sets a bad precedent going forward for the world of comedy because this just further This is just, we're opening the doors.
But here's the thing: when he said the joke,
you're going to see people in comedy clubs take offense to a joke and go up on stage and punch people.
But that's already been happening. That happens all the time at comedy shows where people get really offended and they try to storm the stage. Usually, security will get them first.
When he said the joke, he said it wasn't a joke about Jada. It was about G.I. Jane 2. No, it wasn't. It was a joke about his wife.
Right, about
I get
her
it.
hair and how short it was.
It almost seemed like Chris Rock didn't know.
If I was Chris Rock, the next time I take the stage, I'm wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
just for the reaction from the crowd.
With me. Who can whoop
Guys,
you
if I was Chris Rock, I would roll out of my house today with a neck brace on crutches. I hope that's what he's going to do because $20 million for Wild Wild West, Will Smith's got some scratch.
Let me bring up a point about last night. And there was no one from security that stopped someone from storming the stage.
Right.
Well, because it's Will Smith.
Well, no, hold on. Yes. But, they're all wearing headsets. All the production team in the house behind the stage. They're like, okay, get on him. This is going to be, they're thinking this is going to be really funny. Will Smith is going to go up on stage and tell jokes with Chris Rock.
Right.
This is going to be great. Stay on him. They were going to call security. They thought that a moment was coming up. Unfortunately, it wasn't the moment I think they were anticipating.
Nope. I wonder if things will change, though. From now on, security will be on high alert and will drag someone away just in case if they're not supposed to be on that stage.
You got to keep in mind the Academy does this every year. They don't want to get into the business of footage with people being dragged off stage.
Right.
They don't want that.
Awesome.
They want everyone to just move on. Smiles, everyone.
This is the award show where everyone cleans up really nice and tries to act classy.
So will
Guess
there
not.
be a briefing now before the award shows? You are not to charge the stage if somebody says something you don't like.
Please, they're thrilled.
That was a Golden Globes
They are.
moment.
Yeah.
Red Table Talk will be open.
I said they're thrilled this morning. Look at everyone talking about
And
it.
I don't think they are.
But I bet you
I
they're
don't
going to
think
look
that's
at the
correct.
ratings because you know how no one was watching it, and then all of a sudden you got an alert on your phone and you turned it on because that's what I did. I want to see the ratings after he smacked him, how they went through the roof.
Well, this
Red Table
podcast
Talk
is a
will be
perfect
open.
example. There's of the 9 people in this pane, only 2 people were watching. Then everybody's talking about it this morning, so they are getting something out of this.
Yeah, but they didn't get any money for the advertising. It was too late. Like you can't go back and do ratings.
And the
fact that we're talking about it.
Yeah, the ratings did not pop last night. I mean, they may have gone up a little bit. It wasn't so significant that they broke records or anything.
Also, Elvis, did you see all the text messages coming in making the same joke? It's not me saying it, but they said you can't talk about Jada, but you can have sex with her. Because so many people, I mean, they have an open relationship, right? So he doesn't get offended by that. That's what people were texting in. How come he doesn't care when people sleep with his wife, but you can't make a joke about her?
Well,
I mean,
But how do
obviously
we know
it's
that
different.
he didn't care? We don't know what
we don't
happened
know
behind
that.
closed doors.
Oh,
and all that
absolutely.
went down,
I'm saying that's
you
what
know?
people were texting in this morning. I'm not saying it's
I don't think
You
that's a very
guys
fair statement.
remember when I
it's
stole
not.
the toilet paper from Chris Rock's house?
Just smacked him.
I was there for a party, and I think he was married to his ex at that point. And in his bathroom, he had toilet paper with big R's in gold on the toilet paper. So you wiped your butt with the R. And I'm like, nobody is going to believe that I am in this bathroom with this
Rock
toilet
covers
paper.
paper.
So I took a bunch and shoved it into my purse and brought it home for all to see.
Well, there you go. That really makes sense.
Did you slap that on your ass?
Paper.
You didn't believe? I mean, who has gold toilet paper with their initial on it in their bathroom?
Hopefully that was to be funny. You
I don't think so.
Seriously, you would have gold embossed
It was the whole
initials
roll.
on-
It wasn't like there was another roll. That was the roll. It's like, all
Would
right.
you guys ever do that? Would you ever have your initials
No.
No.
on your toilet
No.
paper?
Never.
No, I would have Scary's initials on it so I could wipe my butt with it.
Wow.
That's nice.
Sorry, Scary. Love you.
Do we want to figure out where that came from? What does that mean?
I'm gonna
Explain
come
that
through
joke.
the screen
A
and
lot to
slap
unpack.
you.
Yes. See, yeah, that's what it was for.
Okay. Well, look, interesting. Okay. I'm hoping that today some more of the story will come out and we'll have some answers or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, my screen time was down last week. This is just not going to help it.
Guys, it's only going to happen on the red table. Seriously, that's the only response we'll get from Will and Jada is on the red table.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From Gandhi's mouth to God's ears, please let Chris Rock walk out of his house today on that neck brace and crutches. Please, I beg.
If there is a God,
Don't give
this
him
will
any
happen.
ideas.
Please.
All right, guys, we got to get out of here. Have a beautiful day.
Bye.
Bye. Don't slap anyone today, okay? Thanks.